What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are taking a look at one of our favorite types of decks, and that's Gruul Modified. Mostly because we got a couple of really sweet cards, but we're gonna have to take some time going through the deck list because we have some pretty interesting strategy talk and some decisions that we made for the deck list. So let's get right into it and go over what we're gonna be playing today for this Gruul Modified list. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, you want to get extra content, you want to get your stuff possibly featured here, get some deck help, you can do all that by becoming a member. Hit that join button down below. And if you would like to get some stuff to protect your cards, especially if you're out buying paper cards, check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn and you'll save 5%, and they'll give me a little kickback and help me out here too. Okay, so we've all played Gruul Modified last season, a couple of different ways actually, but there were some new cards we really want to take a look at. So the majority of this will be similar, but the cards that are different we do want to have a discussion about. So we've got Command Faces Kakazan. Obviously, this is pretty much, if you're playing red aggro, you're playing this card. No questions asked. Then we have Play with Fire. Also in this list, no real questions asked. Now, the interesting thing here is that we got Lightning Strike in this set. And one of the things we have to ask ourselves is Lightning Strike outright better than playing Kami's Flare, right? And maybe there's a couple other cards we should be playing, but the thing about Lightning Strike is it always goes up top, even when you don't have a target, which is pretty nice. But the flip side of that is we're building a list where we're going to pretty much always have something with a +1/+1. It's going to be pretty rare that we don't. So maybe Kami's Flare is still better, but we're going to try this out. It's the new card. We're going to have some fun with it. We'll see what's up. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting because we're playing Galagreeters, which again, Galagreeters gets a +1. It can produce treasure, which helps us out. And in a pinch, the 2 life really does come into effect and matter here. But the other new 2 mana creature is Quirion Beastcaller, and I feel this is going to end up in a lot of aggressive deck lists. Like, I would go ahead and craft this if you're considering, is this a card you're going to play? If you like playing aggro decks that are going to play green or splash green, this is a realistic choice. Mostly because it does 2 things, really. One, if you get it early, well, not even early, you can get it turn 3 or 4 and still get this up to a 4/4/5/5 pretty quickly. And if you have anything that puts counters on stuff, you get a double benefit here, because not only does this creature growing and become difficult to deal with, when it dies, it also gets to put those counters on any number of creatures. So you can spread those out and put them anywhere you want. So this makes it really powerful in a deck like this, because if they do kill it, you're like, okay, great. Well, now these other things have +1/+1s and are still doing what we want them to do with the deck. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Also, because we are obviously going to be playing Kodama, which is huge. Which, by the way, I just kind of glossed over Stormseeker there. It obviously doesn't have anything to do with being modified, but it does give us a haste creature and help us out. But when you're playing Kodama, this is actually really big because now both of our 2 mana creatures allow us to put a counter on and attack. Now this one has a 2/2, this one has a 3/3. Or if they come out behind a Command Faces Kakazan, they'll already have a counter, so then you're talking a 3/3 and a 4/4 you're getting to attack with. Right? That's pretty big, especially since they're going to have trample, and that's going to help you get a land. So if those survive, now admittedly there's a bunch of spot removal and they may not, but you want to maximize your opportunities, and that's kind of what it's about here. So having both of your key 2-drops actually be able to get a counter and attack whenever you play Kodama, it's going to be real sweet. Then, of course, we're playing Thundering Raiju because this puts counters on things. It has haste. It can shoot your opponent. And when everything has counters or puts counters on themselves, this is actually pretty damn good. So, yeah, playing full 4 copies, no surprise. And honestly, I kind of want to play 4 copies of Kodama. I just hate the fact that it's legendary. Then we have a couple of Halana and Alena. This card's actually really good. Fits exactly what we're doing. Puts 2 counters on things. And again, if you manage to put counters on a Beastcaller and the Beastcaller dies, you even have a better ability because now you can put counters on Halana and Alena, and then that makes the next thing huge as well, right? So now we're in a situation where shifting the counters has a pretty big set of effects here. So we really like that as well. And then we're trying out another new card here with Defiler of Vigor. Now, Defiler of Vigor is kind of interesting here because we do have a almost all of our creatures really are green, right? Except for Reckless Stormseeker, Thundering Raiju, for the most part, right? So we could get a benefit here, but even if we don't, it is 6/6 on its own for 5 mana. So even if we just get to use this once, maybe twice, after it's out, that's totally fine. Like, we are not worried about not triggering this. I like the fact that it's just a big body on its own. It's possible that you could play it early if you got a treasure off of Galagreeters. And this is just hard for your opponent to remove. Or you put them in a tough spot of deciding, okay, do I get rid of this or do I get rid of the Stormseeker? Or do I get rid of this or do I get rid of this like Beast Caller that's already a 4/4 or a 5/5, right? These become like real problems for the opponent. So I really like this card. I want to give it a chance. There may be some other like dragon or something that flies or whatever I want to play instead of this, but I think we should at least give it a shot. We can talk about it at the end of the video, how we feel about it. And then the last of the new cards really here, at least as far as our creature suite, is Shivan Devastator. This card gets +1/+1 counters. That's not really the special part. It's just the simple fact that it does have flying and hey, it's Fireball on a stick, realistically, right? Like late game after we got all that Kadama mana, we were like, okay, cool, we're going to attack you for 8, whatever, flying, on top of the stuff that's still already out on the ground. The other thing I like about it, too, is if your opponent does get that late game sweeper, I don't know, even something like a Farewell or whatever, you can be like, all right, cool, here's 6 in the air. Do you have another answer? Right? Just give you that little bit of extra. And maybe this is a case where maybe we don't want Defiler. Maybe we want another Devastator, right? Maybe that's the case. And we go to 3 Helana and Elena and 3 Devastator. Like, I could see that being a thing. But I at least want to give this a chance as well and see how it fits in. Lands, we're not doing anything too special. We've got 8 mountains, 1 Sekinzan, 1 Beseiju, 6 forests, 4 Conclusion Forests, and 4 Rockfall Vale. Now, the reason we have so many more mountains than forests is really because we have all this early stuff, right? We want to be able to shoot stuff down because this is going to be key against Boros Aggro, against Mono Red, against the Selesnya Enchantments decks, right? If you can cast your burn spells early, you have a shot. If we don't get them, then obviously we want to have a green mana to hit these. So we're hoping we don't get too many hands that are 2 or 3 mountains and having to throw it back when we're holding these guys. But I don't think that's going to happen too much. Plus, you only really need 1 green mana to function in this deck. Obviously, until you get to Devastator, but that's way later. Or Defiler of Vigor, not Devastator. But that's actually further down the line as far as the course of the game goes. So, yeah, there's a lot happening here, but I at least wanted to talk about all the interactions, let everybody know what's going on before we hop into the games. But all that being said, let's go in there, have some fun, because I expect these games are going to be damn fast the way this thing's built. Man, I'm getting to play against an actual legend, Vadi Il Dal. I'll keep this. Don't have an untapped land for red early, but that's neither here nor there. Really? Okay. Alright, that's dead. Makes sense. Sure. This is not at all going the way I would expect it to, but okay. Sure. This is a little weird because I don't know if I want to just run out Helana and Elena next turn with nothing to protect it or pump up, but at the same time, it would be a 3/4. We may just devastate her even larger, who knows. And one or more non-token creatures die. Created 2 with Decayed. Alright, so this is just a weird zombie deck. Sure, I guess if we're going to kill something, we just kill this now? I don't know. They're probably going to sacrifice it for something. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I have no idea what the hell's going on right now. But, I don't really mind. 1, 2, 3. So it'll come down as a 4. And we're going to attack. They probably have something to kill it. But then we get to Helana and Elena, the 2/2. And then if we really want to, we could destroy that later. So that's fine. We'll see if it's worth it, though. Yep, we take 4. Sounds like a plan. Undead Butler, sure. And nothing good to go get except for another Doom Dissenter. Alright, there you go. Now when Headless Rider, another non-token zombie dies. Okay. Well, now we're starting to talk about some things. So, now I don't necessarily want to destroy this. Because we're at 15. We're not going to die anytime soon. But if we kill this, they do make 2 zombies. and then they would have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 to hit us on the crackback. That's not enough to kill us. We could do this and threaten enough. Juan and Elena's pretty strong too. That would make that really big. We get to kill a thing. They would take 8, and then we'd have Raiju next turn. I kind of like that. And we have a reasonable first striking blocker here, so yeah. And then we're just going to attack. This makes something with Decayed. This makes an actual zombie. All right, so we're just going to do this. See how the opponent blocks first. Okay. So this kind of worked the way we expected. So we're only going to let them get less value there. Nothing because we have the etching, so it actually stops that from triggering. And yeah, that's it. Okay, this is an interesting hand to say the least. Not sure where this ends up going. Kind of want a simple burn spell to kind of, I don't know, hold this hand together, but we'll see. We'll see. Could be totally wrong. Maybe this works out fine. Or not. We'll see. Alright, that's a start. I don't know if it's going to resolve, but it at least lets us do something. And I kind of don't mind that really, because even if they do deal with this, it makes it more likely we get to resolve a Stormseeker, and that's kind of nice. No guarantee, though, obviously, because they could always just have like a burn spell for greeters, and then, I don't know, something like make disappear or whatever for the Stormseeker, which happens. Also depends on what type of deck they're playing, though. You never know. Nope. Alright, well, I guess it's safe to assume this is not going to live through the end of this turn, one way or the other. It wasn't countered, it was instantly resolved, so it's definitely going to die to a burn spell, I guess. Or maybe it's just a bounce spell. Yeah, I was going to say. Alright, that's fine. Like, we don't like it, but it's fine. And then I think what we try... I was going to say, do we just storm? I guess it depends on what the opponent does here. If we just want a Stormseeker or try to Commando Faces Kakazan and play the Gala Greeters. Since we know that they know we have a Gala Greeters at least. But we'll see. Alright, opponent did tap out for us. So let's see what we draw here. Because that matters. Alright, we did get a land. Alright, so this does... question if we just want to try to set up Reckless Stormseeker into Raiju, which I think that's reasonable to go for here. Because the other option is if we play Commando Faces Kakazan into this, we're just playing a big Raiju next turn, I'm pretty sure. And we're not attacking with any more creatures at that point, so sure. Also, if we think they're going to leave mana up next turn, having a Stormseeker means we can still play Commando plus Greeters, or if we draw another green land, Greeters into Greeters, and then just give one of those haste. We don't actually have to put a Raiju at risk. Interesting they did not want to trade for our Commando. Etching's a Commando, though. I would have expected that would have been a given there. Now this is just odd. The opponent opted not... to attack and not block. So I'm wondering if their plan is they feel they just really need to block a Stormseeker. And now if we Raiju, this is a bit tough because now if we Raiju, we do lose that. Though they would have to give up both of their creatures. And we're kind of okay with that. We did get the other forest, too, so that kind of opens up all these options. Alright. I'm into it. Let's pump. Make this a 3. Attack with everybody. Do we just pump Raiju? That's what this feels like. Well, I mean, if they're going to trade, they're going to trade anyway for the Raiju. So, here. At least leave a counter behind. Oh, they're not. Well, see, now that's weird, because they could have just done that last turn. So they could have saved themselves 2 damage, but they opted not to. So I'm trying to figure out why. Disdainful Stroke. Okay, that would have stopped the Raiju. We got in under that, so that's kind of nice. I mean, is this just like a burn down the house situation? No, it's not. What in the hell? So we could make 2 haste creatures. We could shoot them for 2. We could make a body. I mean, they're only at 6. Like, I mean... Alright. I mean, I'm not sure I fully understand what's going on here. But they're just letting that happen. Alright, so if we give this plus... I mean, they could bounce this, I guess. But then do we care? Having 3 damage in hand? Alright. Sure. I'm game. They can counter this one. I mean, they've got so much mana. I don't know what they're doing. Look at the 4 cards. Alright, sure. Alright. They get to bounce our biggest dude. Yeah. That checks. And then bounce Raiju. Lightning Strike Raiju. That would make sense. Oh, just gonna Fading Hope it. Alright. That works too, I guess. Pass. Actually, if we're gonna do that, we might as well just play this. Get an extra bonus next turn. Because now we can shoot something, Raiju, counter. I mean, yeah, 1, 2. You can just have it. We're fine with that. If they don't play anything, we get a big Storm Seeker. So then that's a whole different option. Burn down the house. Okay. So then we Raiju. Raiju produces 3/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Or we do this. Alright. How do I make the most out of this? Maybe we just Raiju. That's a 4/4. Put a counter. Put a counter. Shoot the reflections. So then they have to block splitting their 1/1s. Go to attacks. Put a counter here. Yeah, I mean, that's basically, they've got to do it. And then you get to kill probably the Raiju. Nope, they're just going to kill one of the Galagreeters. Interesting. What's that? I guess they're going to take our Raiju? Because why would you not kill that? I mean, that has to be their plan, right? They didn't want to kill it because they want to take it? Well, that doesn't do anything. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. We would have still had lethal here anyway. Yeah. All right. Weird. Oh, boy. All right. I guess we keep this. I don't know how this is going to end up. That helps quite a bit, actually. That takes a lot of sting out of some different plays we would have to make next turn. Alright, Spirited Companion, that is you. Go ahead and play this and let it get a counter. So we have a 3/3. This is good now because if they do play like Rafine here, Rafine can't pump up this thing and do anything significant. We can definitely block it. Was not a Rafine though. So that's interesting. All right, so Gala Greeters. Not particularly what I was hoping to draw, but also not bad. So we get to this, put a counter on the Beast Caller. Shoot this dog so it doesn't get the block. It's also exiled, meaning they can't get it back with that. They have nothing in their yard to get back unless they discard something here. Probably a land. And this Beast Caller's quite safe from a meat hook, so that's good. Oh, interesting. Okiba Gang alongside Restoration. I don't think I've ever seen Okiba Gang tapped. I mean, makes sense. Or Reckoner Raid. I don't want to call it Okiba Gang. I guess that's the old card. But, yeah. All right. Meat hook. Yeah. All right, come on, untap land. That's what we need right now. We got it. Fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. We're going to attack. Counter up here. Get in for 9. Put the opponent at 6. They do get to make a blocker here, though. So that's real. Wandering Emperor gets to do some bad things to us right now. It is not, though. It's a Void Rend. Okay. And a Machiko's Reign of Truth. All right, lots of sagas. Lots of sagas. Ooh. That's a thing. How do we feel about that? Oh, actually, we just win. Because we can just kill this. That's 5 and that's 8. Because the land's going to come into play tapped. Yeah, they're not going to be able to do anything. Well, that's random. Alright, not how I thought I was going to use a Beseiju here. But sure. I mean, we lose a life, but whatever. To the meat hook. Yep, and then we attack. And then we hit him for 3. And that is all she wrote. Good, good. Alright, we'll see what we can do with this. I mean, obviously we need to find mana, but meh. Let's just see. Alright, it didn't get hit with the 1 mana black spell, so that's kind of good. Though it probably gets hit with an Infernal Grasp here. Nope, a Raven Man. Come on, untap land. Alright, well, this will have to do, I guess. Attack. That's all we got. Would have loved to land to play the Kodama there. Would have been humongous. But, alright. It is what it is. Oh, gosh. That sucks. Alright. Exactly. If they want to trade, we just let them trade. I mean, we don't have a choice here. Put the counters here, I guess. Mostly because Beast Caller has a target on its head already anyway. Oh, now there's Body Launderer with Death Touch. That's exciting. My goodness. Alright, GG's. Yeah. Alright. We'll see if we can make this work. We can find an untapped land on 3. It could be kind of hot. Playing against somebody that just goes by Segway. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright. Let's do it. I guess this means I have at least to play with fire. Hopefully they don't just leave their mana up to kill our Beast Caller. Because they might just want to Lightning Strike it. Because I expect Lightning Strike's going to be everywhere when you see red these days. Yep. I guess on the plus side, they may want to kill this. I mean, you still kill the Beast Caller, though. Yeah. Here comes a lightning strike. Oh, it's just double play with fire? Ooh, that's even better. If they have to spend 2 cards to kill it, we're all right with that. Because now we get to move, anyway, we get to move those counters over to the commando, and we still get to draw a card. So that's actually not the worst thing, or not draw a card, but search for a land, which isn't bad. And that sets up a Raiju, that sets up a Shivan Devastator. So we got a lot going on right now. Ooh, can we get an untapped land here? Ooh, that would have been awesome. Actually, you know what? I think I'm still going to do that. I'm going to kill this. And then do this for 2. And that goes and gets some land. And then we just have back-to-back Raijus from here. And that's got to be enough, I would think. Because even if our board gets swept here somehow, or our 2 best things, like, everything's going to have counters attacking next turn. Like, that's a lot. Ooh, they discarded 2 lands. Alright, you got the 4 mana. What's that do for you? I don't think we're going to lose. I mean, they have double lightning strike, maybe? We can't kill them? Kill 2 things and take 3, 4, 5, 6. Or kill this and take 5. Ooh. This is rough. So they had voltage, they had all that burn. Voltage surge and 3 play with fires. Wow. Yeah. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yep. I'll take it though. Okay, yeah, we'll keep it. Kind of got a similar start to last game here. And I think same thing. It's best to just lead with the Beast Caller. If they end up getting tricky trying to kill it on our turn, we get to move the counters again. So, yep. Makes sense. Yeah, and Beast Caller being 2 is so much better than Galagreeters, because this moves it to a 3/3 automatically. And whenever we go to attack, it's going to be a 4/4. With Trample, by the way, because of Kodama. So the opponent almost has to decide if it's worth... Oh, they didn't have it. Oh, that coming into play tapped is so good for us. Yep. So that means we're going to get all kinds of options here. Here we go. And here come the lands. All right. Opponent's at 14, and we're about to have a real big Beast Caller unless they've got, what's his name? Brutal Cathar here? Which would be legit. Or they might, yeah. Yeah, Cathar's kind of the answer here. Oh, they only had Light Up the Night. Light Up the Night is that plus 1. Yep. All right. Well, we're just going to do this and make a really big duder. Just have a team that's just going to grow and grow and grow. Now we got to find something. We got all our mana. This is where we really want to get like a Shivan Devastator. Just get in for 5 in the air. Ooh, opponent took 6. I guess it make. I mean, I guess kill off the other thing. Hope you find something for Beast Caller. I mean, because really, if they do like Brutal Cathar or the Beast Caller, we don't have anything. We have to find something here. Yep, that works. Though we do get to move the counters. Target any number of creatures. Well, let's spread them around. How many did we have to split? That so he makes a 4/4 and a 3/3. Yeah, all right. I mean, I could have put all my eggs in one basket, but didn't want to make that gamble. Make an 0/2 Duder. Tap any number of untapped artifacts, blah, blah. Or, yeah. A blocker's their best bet here. We're going to go ahead and crack this first. Whoa, Arena. Arena was going to use our red mana. Do you see that? That's no good, Arena. No good. Because if we'd have found a Raiju here, I'd have been so mad. Arena knew we were getting a red land. That's what that was about. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. Alright, we're just going to go pluses. I mean, there's really no reason to do anything else here. Now we can get the opponent low enough that maybe a haste creature can help get stuff done. Sure. Alright. Interesting that they're playing that. I'm not sure what their goal is with that. They're playing a lot of defensive cards, but no, nothing. Alright. Okay, we get to go first. Yeah, we'll keep it. Why not? We'll just pass. We could shoot something here or shoot the opponent, which we might be inclined to shoot the opponent, honestly. Oh, never mind. We always want to shoot that. That's not even a question. We'll gladly take a point for that. We will not even hesitate. So that's not bad. So now we get to... This is only when it dies, not when it leaves play, right? Cast spell. Yeah, it has to die to get the little extra bonus there. Totally fair, though. Yeah, I'll attack here. This is whenever you cast an enchantment. All right, we'll take a chance. See if we can let them play as though they think they're going to get it. Also, if they play like a Jukai Naturalist, I would like to kill that here. No such luck, huh? All right. I mean, yeah, 2 counters is 2 counters or whatever, but... Sure. At least wanted to wait and see what they were going to do there. This actually works out for us, though. I don't hate this at all. This is great. Great, great, great. I mean, that's 10 damage. I mean, I don't know. Woo, they just took all 10. All right, so they must have plans for making counters and other things here. I mean, Jukai Naturalist isn't bad. Would let you gain life and put counters on something. Wedding announcement. All right, that gets you another body that matters. Yeah, that's real. Come on, untap land. So we can get in with this big 6/6. Oh, that's not bad, though. If there were a thing to get, that is the one. So we take away any quality blocks the opponent would have. Yep. Got to block enough to stay alive. Alright. So now they almost need Jukai Naturalist to be able to gain the life and block here. Yep, not going to do it. Yeah, we're going to keep this. We're going to keep it. But there's a real chance our Gallagreators are going to die before we get to do something with it with Kodama. But if it doesn't, that's alright. Maybe we get to play with fire here? Nah, no such luck. I was thinking maybe if we got to play with fire, could kill their first thing. Try to create a little scenario for ourselves. Good news is, though, we did find all of our lands here, so that's kind of nice. They didn't have instant speed removal. Interesting. No instant speed removal, no Liliana or anything shows up that turn. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we got to go for it. I mean... Alright. Oh, actually, that was a mistake. I should have got red. I could have done 2 things this turn. Yeah. Alright, they're giving up. We'll keep this. This one's actually, while it looks neat on the surface, if we don't really top deck something productive, especially against this deck, oh, that actually helps quite a lot. Like, I was going to say, this could get kind of ugly. Interesting. Weaver of Harmony. Well, we're not going to do anything next turn anyway, because we're probably just killing a Weaver. Would be my guess. Yeah? I mean, I guess so. We try? You know what? We just let them hit us for 2 here. See if they'll spend their mana on something else. And if they don't, then we'll try to kill the Weaver. Alright. Tameo safekeeping. Yep. As well you should. We're going to play this mostly to hope we can get some value out of it with Kodama. Because I feel like if they find a white land, which is probably what they're missing here, we would just get Kodama exiled and we get no real value for it. No blocks. This at least opens up the door to where we get to do these shenanigans. Ooh. Nah, we're going to do this first. This is worth more to us. Like, there's a chance we're just going to lose both creatures here, but, you know, we do. They need to have, well, I don't know. They might already have what they need, actually. Well, we got a lot of red lands in hand. Let's go with this. Or red things in hand. Because if it's, okay, never mind. We're losing both things here. Oh, we're not. Oh, I thought they were going to exile and then copy. That would have been important. Alright, so they get to go search for 2 basics, but... And they do get... alright. Huh. Well. Now what do we want to do? This is like a real decision, y'all. Hold on a second. Alright, so we can Raiju, pump this. That's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3, 6, 9... 10, 11, 12. I don't know why I feel like we need to be safe, because this is also going to allow him to gain life or whatever. But we have to... Alright. This is all I'm doing. I hate myself right now. In the turn... What do they have they can get back? Generous Visitor. Alright. Yeah, not much we're going to do about it. Like, it is what it is. The only reason is because, like, if we killed Weaver of Harmony, they'd just be able to get it right back. And, like, we didn't want that to be an option. Probably have another protective spell. Nope. Okay. So... They only get 1 card here, which is also good. Question is, what are those? They get 4 cards and 3 mana. What you got, opponent? Having back-to-back Raijus has potential to be really strong here, though. Opponent can... I was going to say, if there's a Naturalist on top, that'd have been rough. They might... I was going to say, you might just play that. That makes sense. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So I think our best bet is Raiju here. And depending on what hits, we could Defiler plus Raiju next turn. I don't know if I want to pump Raiju or if I want to pump Kodama. I think pump Kodama, because we get a point from Raiju as well there. And then just force the opponent to choose. Oh, whoa, that was a bad block, opponent. That was definitely not the one. I thought they were going to double block Raiju. Yeah. Okay, well, now we're in pretty solid shape. Because we can Defiler. Defiler puts counters on everything. Then we Raiju. And, yeah. Revelry, we have equal number of creatures and equal number of cards, so they don't get any other bonuses off that. Yeah, and just courtesy land for no reason. Jeez, deck, really? Yeah, unfortunately, this doesn't get to be any cheaper because we can only reduce green. But whenever we cast... Oh, it has to be a green permanent. I thought it was just a permanent. Ah, well. Doesn't hurt anything. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep this. We're going to have to find a way to make this work one way or the other. Hopeful Initiate. Okay, well, kind of have an idea of what we're up against already here. Oh, I guess we don't, actually. Alright, let's go ahead and kill this duder. Though, realistically, I could have taken a turn off to just kill that first, leave that up, and then we could have found something to do, but meh. Alright, making treasure. Oh, makes a clue. Makes a clue. Whew, I was about to say, Deck, we bought you all kinds of time there. Like, dang. Alright. Having a play with fire here feels okay. They're just going to make another clue? Yep. Alright. They're digging. I'm assuming this means... I mean, we have to hold this. Like, we don't really have a choice on that one. Ooh. Ooh. I think I still want to do this. Just to have the option of trying to kill something when they try to stack effects on it. Probably a little too conservative, but I'm willing to take that risk. Oh my gosh, so many of those. I guess they're going to draw again. Yeah. Try to dig to whatever it is they're looking for. I mean, if it's a double striker, we at least get to kill it while they have shields down, so that'd be nice. Alright, at some point, we're just going to have to go for it here. But for now... Alright, I guess we don't have to go for it. This one's a mulligan. We can't keep this. I mean, if any of these would have costed 2 or 3, we could have at least considered it with the lightning strike being in hand, but... Nah. Ugh. Alright, we'll keep this, but it's not as exciting. Alright. We'll see if maybe we can get to Defiler. I don't know here. Not looking good, though. Not looking good. Especially if this is a Jukai Naturalist, because we need to be able to burn that on the next turn. Alright. That wasn't as bad as it could have been. We're still not excited about it, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Okay. Let's see what's up. We did get a Devastator, so that's a little bit of something. Gives us some options. Uh-oh, what are we doing here? Looking at pumping up. Oh, okay, Machiko's range. That makes sense. I was like, what? What's about to happen here? Commune. All right. So we'll at least get to see what they find, so we'll know one card. Oh, they just took a land. Oh, no. That could mean their hand's already set up for, what's that thing? The Hallowed Haunting. Oh boy. Alright, if it is Hallowed Haunting, we are going to have to get a move on. Wow. I kind of want to play Defiler here next turn, if that's the case. Well, we're going to get to search for a land anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's go get us a forest. I mean, we're obviously not going to want to block here either, so we're going to be at 14 at a minimum, and then we just see how the rest of this turn plays out. Assuming Hallowed Haunting? Unless there's something new they want to do with 4 mana in those decks? I don't really know. Alright. Well, that is annoying. That's not the worst thing that could have happened to us, honestly. That feels like that could have been way worse. What are they going to get? What is this thing? 4/4 flying. Cost 1 life. Alright. Well, that is going to be bothersome, to say the least. Yeah, I guess we just gotta. I mean, have something to fight with at some point here. I mean, good news, even if we don't get a green thing, we can make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 to fight their 4/4. Like, that's something. So that costs 7, so it's -3. So it costs all their mana to play a 4/4 flyer right now. Yep. The Portrait of Machiko is kind of a problem. Especially if they play another enchantment here. If they don't, it's not the worst thing. And if we find hold for ransom, what's that even do? Controller can pay 7 to make it. Okay, enchanted creatures can attack or block and has pay 7. Hold for ransom, controller sacrifices it and draws a card. Hold for ransom's controller sacrifices it and draws a card. Okay, so this thing's just on lockdown. Fair enough. Do we think we can race? Then that becomes the new question, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be a 4/4. All right, I guess we got to go for it. Man, I don't know what else we're going to do. All right. Man, it's literally all I can think of. I'm like, I don't know what else happens here. Confinement. All right. That does get rid of our dragon, unfortunately. Man, if we could get a Boseiju and get that Duder back, that'd be awesome. But I don't know if that's going to happen. Opponent probably has a lot of options here, I imagine, still. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what you want. Yep. Yeah, we're not blocking. No blocks. We'll just take it. Too many mana. Too many mana. You know what? I'm going to keep this just because. If we top deck an untapped green source, then Gala Greeters is great. If not, whatever. Worst case scenario, we play Commander Base Skaksan and shoot something on their turn. Alright, well, here's what it is. Didn't work out for us. We gambled and lost. Oh, we really gambled and lost. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, attacking for 2. That's all we can do here. Yep. I mean, might as well. You're going to take 2 either way there. Oh my gosh. Really? Alright. Sure, in the turn. Good thing we didn't even try to waste this to scry, because we wouldn't even hit anything. There were just more green cards. Tainted Indulgence. Alright. I mean, at this point, our opponent probably just thinks we're a mono green deck. Or a mono red deck. Don't know anything about the green cards. Oh boy, that's worse. Alright, well. We'll try. I assume you want to kill it, since, you know, we've been stuck on mana. You just now saw the green lands. Probably should have done this first, in case they had, like, a make disappear or something. Trying to debate how I want to attempt to lay these cards out now. Yeah, exactly, because I felt like meat hooks were on the way somewhere, and that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, what would this look like? So this goes to a 3/3. Play this now, it becomes a 4/4. Alright. Probably want to kill Kadama here, I imagine. And then we get to attack for 6. Even better if we can top deck like a Raiju or a Devastator. Alright, Maestro's Charm. Well, obviously the counters can only go here. Oh no! Deck! We tried so hard to set up an amazing situation, and you're doing us no favors. None whatsoever. You are so cruel. So cruel. Alright, well, we'll see if this is enough to get there. Good news is, we do have some quality top decks.
distractions. Let's make this quick.
I mean, obviously, we're going to sacrifice that.
Sacrifices must be made.
Hey! Got exactly enough here. Hopefully they don't have a thing that... No negates. Big money, no whammies, no negates. All right. Whew, that was tough. I don't know how we won that. Well, that turned out to be pretty interesting and played about the way we expected. The thing is, though, I'm still kind of hung up on whether we want Kami's Flare. I think we do, because here's the thing. Like, if we're ever having to shoot the opponent, then, like, sometimes we are going to be a little sad we can't just go for 3. And that's okay, I guess, but we're using it as removal a lot more than we are using it for direct damage. And if that's the case, then we're better off just trying to be able to kill something and getting the courtesy 2 damage, I would think. So here's my recommendation. If you are running into a lot of, let's call them heavy control decks, right, where you're just not able to keep a creature on the field very long, then like maybe there's going to be a lot of times you don't actually have necessarily a creature that's modified, so you're not going to get that extra 2 damage. If that's the case, then you probably want to stick with the lightning strikes. However, if you're spending your lightning strikes in this version often against other creatures, then you at least want to take the chance to get the courtesy damage, because you're almost always aiming your damage at a creature. So if you're running into more creature decks, go with Kami's Flare. If you're going against more slower decks with fewer creatures, or even permanents for that matter, that you can target, then go ahead and go with Lightning Strike. It's probably the easiest way to think about it. So the downloadable list is going to have Lightning Strikes in there for now, but don't be afraid to just go ahead and put in the Kami's Flares. Now, creature-wise, I think we're fine. The Defiler of Vigor performed okay. I don't know if I want to replace it just yet. I think I'm going to put it on the maybe list. However, if you don't want to craft the Defiler of Vigor, then go ahead and add another Helana Lena and probably like a Shivan Devastator. If not, you can go ahead and go with the 4th Kami of the West Tree and try that out. And that'll probably get you where you're going just the same. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Aether Rift, because this card is, well, random, really, literally. Like, you just discard a card, and if it happens to be a creature, it comes into play unless somebody wants to pay 5 life. Now, obviously, this works really well in 1v1 whenever you're attacking with aggressive stuff, or even burning your opponent out, hoping to get your free creatures. Which is kind of a neat way that it works, is you can spend all your mana just using burn spells, emptying your hand, increasing the odds you're actually going to get a free creature. But you also need the creature to be worth it, so it's threatening enough that somebody might consider paying 5. No, this does have some fun implications if you're going to play it in Commander, where you're playing something with a bunch of big creatures that all are expensive, and maybe you're not normally able to get more than 1 or 2 in play at a time. And if you have some way to draw a lot of cards, this could be an amusing card for the table to have to kind of politic against. So if you just like chaos, go ahead and go with it. It's not worth a ton, you're probably not going to spend more than 50 cents or so to get your hands on one, but it's an interesting card and fun to play with, but it's not super powerful by any stretch, just interesting. And if you want to see another interesting deck that we've already put together for Dominaria United, check out this link to our elf deck that we put up yesterday. It's actually pretty damn fun. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.